The proper perspective. The verse is 2 Corinthians 2:14. Let's look that up. 2 Corinthians 2:14, but thanks be to God who always leads us in triumphal procession in Christ, and through us spreads everywhere the fragrance of the knowledge of Him. For we are to God the aroma of Christ among those who are being saved and those who are perishing. The proper perspective. The proper perspective of a servant of God must not simply be as near to the highest as he can get, but it must be the highest. Be careful that you vigorously maintain God's perspective, and remember that it must be done every day, little by little. Don't think on a finite level. No outside power can touch the proper perspective. The proper perspective to maintain is that we are here for only one purpose: to be captives marching in the procession of Christ's triumphs. We are not on display in God's showcase. We are here to exhibit only one thing: the captivity of our lives to the obedience of Christ. 2 Corinthians 10:5. How small all the other perspectives are. For example, the ones that say, I am standing all alone, battling for Jesus, or I have to maintain the cause of Christ and hold down this fort for Him. But Paul said, in essence, I am in the procession of a conqueror, and it doesn't matter what the difficulties are, for I am always led in triumph. Is this idea being worked out practically in us? Paul's secret joy was that God took him from a blatant rebel against Jesus Christ and made him a captive, and that he became His purpose. It was Paul's joy to be a captive of the Lord, and he had no other interest in heaven or on earth. It is a shameful thing for a Christian to talk about getting the victory. We should always belong so completely to the victor that it is always His victory, and we are more conquerors through Him. Romans 8:37. We are to God the fragrance of Christ. 2 Corinthians 2:15. We are encompassed with the sweet aroma of Jesus, and wherever we go, we are a wonderful refreshment to God. That is really good. I'm reading that one line one more time. The proper perspective to maintain is that we are here only for one purpose: to be captives marching in the procession of Christ's triumph. And that is so true. You know, we think, oh, well, we're here to be doing our own thing, right? And we have our own goal. But the right perspective is that we are underneath God and that we are following Him and marching in His procession, right? I love that. We are not our own. We were bought with a price and we have a job to do, but we want to be under God all the time. And this other part I'm just going to read again too, that Paul's secret joy was that God took him from a blatant rebel against Jesus and made him a captive. And Paul talks about that a lot. And Paul didn't mind being in jail, right? He didn't mind being a captive and being in jail because of Jesus and because of his faith. And he wouldn't stop preaching. And he was in jail and he'd get out and he'd go preach again and get thrown back in jail and beat up again, right? But he knew he was here for one purpose and one purpose only. And before that, he was like the worst person you would ever think that could become a Christian, right? He was killing Christians, and God totally turned him around, did a 180. Now he's going this way, and he is so gung-ho going that way now towards God that he just has one purpose. He's like, I'm here to glorify God and to talk about Jesus, and that's all he did was talk about Jesus, even if it threw him in jail. So I hope that we can have that same purpose today. I hope you're very just full of spunk and energy, realizing that I have one purpose, and that's to serve God and tell other people about Him. I'm going to join you on that purpose. We're going to be in that procession together. Let's lock arms and walk together. And I will see you back here tomorrow. You can order your own copy of the My Utmost for His Highest devotional book by going to utmost.org. And I would love to answer any questions you may have about faith in Jesus. Just email me through my website, nancyjoytoyou.com. And I hope you go out and shine for Him today. See you tomorrow.